Hi, I'm Dr. Noelle Lucas from Blue Oasis Pet Hospital, and I'm here to answer some more questions that you have regarding dog cardiology or heart diseases. And I have an assistant, Alex, who's going to ask me some of those questions that you have.
Dr. Lucas, what are the most common heart diseases in dogs?
Probably the most common heart disease would be mitral valve insufficiency or degeneration. It's where the mitral valve of a dog's heart starts to age, especially seen in small breed dogs. And because it starts to age just like our heart valves age, it becomes a little leaky, and we start hearing that as a mitral valve murmur. And those mitral valves, as they get leakier and leakier, can progress into left-sided heart failure, and so we'll get congestive heart failure. It's probably the most common because our little dogs live long lives, and that disease is overrepresented in those kids. We have some Great Danes that have, and Golden Retrievers that are more known for dilated cardiomyopathy. We don't see that one as much, but that is kind of overrepresented in those dog breeds. And then we have the Boxer, who loves to, unfortunately, have some boxer-related arrhythmias, and so we'll see some younger boxers come in with some fairly serious heart issues in a younger age. So sometimes with us as veterinarians, we're looking at what's the age of the dog and also what's their breed to help formulate a differential in what's happening with that heart.
What's a dog heart murmur?
So a dog's heart murmur, what is a heart murmur? It's when the valves of the heart, they close normally nice and tight, just like our heart valves. But when the valves don't close all the way very tightly, then there's a little gap of space that will occur in that heart valve. And so every time that heart beats or pumps blood, some of that blood goes back and forth over that leaky valve, and we can hear that as veterinarians as a murmur. So that's a heart murmur, means a leaky heart valve.
And what is cardiomyopathy?
Cardiomyopathy is just a big catch-all for an abnormal pathology of the heart. So something abnormal is happening to that heart. We have different cardiomyopathies. We can have hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which simply means that the heart muscle is getting thicker and hypertrophied, and the chambers are getting smaller. And then we have dilated cardiomyopathy, where the heart muscle is becoming thinner and the chambers are becoming more enlarged. So those are the different types of cardiomyopathy that we see.
Is diet an important part of dogs' heart health?
So there's a lot of discussion and a lot of internet searches that have been done related to nutrition and its association with cardiomyopathy. There is somewhere a link that's happening between feeding long-term grain-free diet. So if you feed your dog grain-free and you feed it for a long period of time, usually years, that has been associated with a disease called dilated cardiomyopathy. And we know that those dogs that are fed those grain-free diets long-term have an overrepresentation of developing dilated cardiomyopathy. As veterinary professionals and researchers, we're still trying to uncover exactly what is happening between that diet and dilated cardiomyopathy, and there's always new research coming out and new recommendations that we're making. But our recommendation for nutrition is that you feed a complete and balanced diet to your dog, which includes grains. That's what we are recommending.
What's an enlarged heart for dogs?
So an enlarged heart is when the heart has too much blood pooling in the heart chambers. So either the chambers are being stretched out because we've got a leaky heart valve and the heart is actually retaining more fluid than it used to, and that's stretching out all the chambers. Or we have a genetic disorder where the heart is already like dilated cardiomyopathy, genetically predisposed dog breeds, or we've got feeding a long-term grain-free diet, and now we've got ballooning up of the heart and it's just becoming thinner and more enlarged or globoid. So those are different ways that we can develop large or dilated hearts.
And what's heart failure?
Heart failure is really sad state for a dog's heart to get into because it means that the heart is actually not able to pump blood around the body as it used to efficiently, and it will go into failure. That doesn't mean it's stopped, it just means it's not functioning the way it used to and it can't keep up. And so when it goes into a failure state, fluid will start to leak out of the vessels into other spaces. So we'll usually see it into the lung tissue, and the dog will come in and they'll be labored breathing and difficult with their breathing and exercise intolerant, and they're coughing, or we'll see fluid building up in their abdominal cavity, which is called ascites. So your dog's abdomen will just start to look more rounded and barrel shaped and bigger because it's full of fluid, and that's another type of heart failure. So we do diagnose it in dogs, and if you feel your dog may have any signs of heart disease, or you just want to know more about your dog's heart health, we invite you to reach out to your veterinarian or schedule an appointment with us here at Blue Oasis Pet Hospital. We'd love to see you. Thank you so much.